have to kill, figured I would actually be doing what I'm supposed to be keeping up with and do the readings for the signs that I haven't done yet. So this will be for up to Libra, Leo, Virgo, and Libra, but I can do Scorpio, probably might be a little bit later. So we'll see. So yeah, without further ado, we'll start with Leo. I'm actually really gonna giggle of like if somebody who I think might shows up. Because I mean, I'll just start laughing. Ugh, I can't even talk this morning. Yeah, be busting up laughing like, oh, look at that, she's coming into Stream Jack again, but what? Right here. Maybe, just maybe. Don't mind me, I'm just pressing buttons. Okay, we got one. We got, what the? Come on. Okay, next. Okay, is Scoochie out of the way? Move it. Perfecto. Okay. Hello, Marina. I know, usually around this time in the morning, 6:47 in my time, so yeah, I'd probably be still asleep, but for whatever reason, I'm up, so we're gonna go with it. So starting off with Leo, and I'm just gonna go with whatever decides to come out. Okay, so 3-card spread with three cards each. Okay, fine. Or body, mind, emotions. Okay, we'll go with it. Okay. There's that one. That's mind. There's emotions. There's spirit. We're gonna have to do it 2 more times. Okay. Okay. Alright. Ooh, that's a good one. And now one last time for kickers. Okay. I came in like a timber. Aw, that's nice to have there. Okay, I was about to say, that's Kinky and Majestic. Oh, and a bottom card, by the way. So Leo, there's your card at the bottom of the deck, Sun. So the overall theme for the remainder of the month of July is have some joy, happy fulfillment this month. So, what I have for you for your health. Currently, right now, as it looks like, because she's wearing a jester hat, the 9 of Pentacles is actually a card of actually somebody being fulfilled on the physical level. Health, finances, and what have you. So, health-wise, you could have been in a state where you actually were feeling confident, like, I think my health's actually doing well. I think I'm starting to go in the right direction. And that's how you were feeling in the past. Currently, right now, morning from the other side of the pond. Are you calling me a tadpole? That's okay, I like tadpoles, they're cute. For the current position, the current standing, we have the 7 of Cups. So having the 7 of Cups as your current standing for your physical health can be a sign that you're probably in a state of like, you know what? I got a feeling that something is too good to be true about my health right now. Something, I'm just feeling that there's something is wrong somehow, some way, but I'm trying so hard to like deceive myself to say there's nothing wrong, but there is. Because something's too good to be true. So this could actually be an incident, or even, heck, if you've had any kind of diagnosis about a condition that you've been combating, might be a good idea to reconsider getting another checkup on it just to be safe, just to ensure that everything is covered on it. Because this diagnosis is something that could be a big whoops, and we don't want to have that happen. But hey, on the positive side, the future is the Three of Cups. So regarding your health, well, there's going to be definitely a celebration. So most definitely in the future, though, for the month of July, you'll be able to celebrate having your health be in a state of, being able to take, okay, fine, crack me a cold one and keep drinking. Yeah, your health will be in a position where you can actually do that and celebrate within reason. Don't be, grabbing the bottle and then, downing 3 bottles. That's not suggested. And there might actually be an incident where you might go to the bar, maybe. Yes, yes, Claudia. But now for the mental. So now, this is where I think I do have to do a clarifier, because, well, I mean, the Tower is a card that popped up, but in the past, right now, there could have been a situation where you were feeling like there's something nobody's winning at. There's conflict everywhere. I'm tired of it. And with this depiction, as you can see, there's not really 2 other people. I mean, there are, but they're not moving because they're kicked the bucket. So in the past, there could have been a lot of sharp, um, harsh words said. Yeah, it could have been happening. And it actually ended up with, taking out 2 potential threats that were a threat to your mental peace. And in the current moment, there was the Ten of Swords in a position where you currently have like put the last nail in the coffin through the head, putting a final end to something. Like, you know what? I'm not doing this no more. This thing has got to stop, and I'm gonna overkill it. But in this case, since he's actually out by himself in a void, surrounded by swords, this thing that you've absolutely this this individual that has caused you a lot of damage, you've kind of like thrown it to the point where of no return. So then what's going to come in the future is the Tower. But because since it's just the Tower, I need to figure out, okay, so what's going to be falling? What's going to be drastically falling then? Because we need to understand, we have to figure out what's going to be going face first, and then what's going to come as the new foundation for something to be put on it. Well, that's a nice thing. The thing that's falling down is the Two of Swords. Having something be put in front of your face. Yep. Something being put in front of your face that's trying to woozy-woo you and make you think something else that's not really there, and trying to blind and misdirect you. That's dying and kicking the bucket. But as well, usually the Two of Swords is a card of like not being involved in anything and having a blindfold and not speaking. This one is actually actively speaking, but having something blind you instead. It's not allowing you to see what's in front of you. That's kicking. That's the good thing that's ending. So then what's going to be our new foundation? Well, new foundation is victory. Hang up the... raise your twigs. That sounds so bad. Raise your sticks. On the mental front, you'll actually be able to think more vividly and more clearly because of a sudden event that's going to happen in the future. So, again, this is going to die. Not being able to see clearly because somebody put a veil over your face. That's dying, but now your new foundation is a victorious standing on the ground and ready to charge head ho. Definitely. But mentally, you'll be in a state of victory and celebration, just like with the physical. Because finally having your mentality and being able to think clearly, have this out of the way, you'll be in a state of victory and be more inspired to see what can come for next month. Now for the spiritual, the emotional part. Now, here's what we got. In the past, you could have offered your emotions to somebody and trying to bestow somebody a sense of security. Like trying to give somebody who's feeling like they're out left in the cold some kind of security and feeling like they matter. And trying to offer an extension of yourself to just make sure that not only are they taken care of, but you're also keeping yourself in check, not giving out too much, and then you get into the position where they are. So if somebody's depressed, you're in the past you gave them some security, but not too much. You just offered the hand because this depiction you have a hand reaching out instead of it being two men out in the cold, and the pentacles are in the just in the window. But in the past, you did give security and offered a hand for them to take if needed. So really, emotionally, you were in a state where you felt the need to give support to somebody. The current state, Ace of Cups. Emotionally, you are in a state where you feel rejuvenated, restored, and spiritually at the same time because water's attuned to it. Spiritually, you feel like you have your cup full and ready to actually start enjoying some new things regarding the spirituality. Or you start rejuvenating your emotional. That was rude. That thing just froze. And start rejuvenating your spiritual needs. Like, for example, if you're wanting to get closer to another divinity or enhance your meditation, currently in the current standing and for this month, this would be very ideal to start focusing on your meditation, and also consider maybe doing some meditation involving water. And then coming in the future, well, we have the Lover's card, and in this way that I'm catching it emotionally, you actually be able to connect to the physical aspect, which is the man figure, and then the subconscious or the other aspect of them, like the spiritual side. So you have the physical and mainly like the logical side coming into perfect union with the intuitive and the emotional side coming together, and it comes in a beautiful union in the future. But at the same time too, even also if you happen to have two pet birds or like birds and whatsoever, expect them to possibly be more closer to one another. And if they have a child too, expect them to be raising that hatchling much more than they usually have done. There's something about this one hatchling they have. I don't know where that came from, but I'm going to go with it. I'm just going to go with it. So now, last but not least, we have the spiritual health. Because this was the emotional. Okay, spiritually. Past, Eight of Swords, you kind of felt like, I don't want to go and do anything spiritual right now because there seems to be something amiss. I can't see, I can't move, I can't do how I'm usually doing this work. I'm going to keep myself perfectly still and just wait patiently and just be still, not move. And that was the past. And the current position, Ace of Swords. So you actually are now in the position where you have complete clarity. And because since over the top we have a hawk, I'm getting really loudly that with this blade, with this clarity, you actually are able to soar high above any kind of fog or any kind of BS that gets thrown your way. And you're able to cut through it like butter, hot knife with a butter or something like that. You can't be blinded, and if anything tries to, you'll be able to soar above it like nothing even happened. And in the coming future, for spirituality, we have the Wheel of Fate. So, oh, and by the way, look, there's a line at the top of it. And also the full moon, expect things to be moving forward because the moon's at the very top, full. So spiritually, expect during like the full moon of this month to really give your spirituality a really nice motivating love tap to have it expand. And pretty much it looks good. It's just be a little bit more on the careful side with the health, just to be sure. Double check to see if a diagnosis was actually accurate or correct, or there's something that needs to be done, like more blood work, following up with the doctor some more, just getting another test just to be sure. Just double check with that, just to be safe. And Leo, that's what I got for you. Oh, and then also, the theme of the month again was the sun. So this month, isn't it the birth month for Leo this month? So I think it is, because if it is, enjoy it. I think it's like at the very end though. But either way, enjoy your somewhat almost birth month, the end of the month, I think. But nonetheless. So now, July and August. So, yeah. So, close enough. So now, next up is Virgo. Virgo, the sign of the Virgin that loves to combat negative BS and take the impurities and throw it off a cliff. Literally. So what can we see for Virgo? And how do you want me to do this spread? Cross? Okay. Alright, Virgo. Let's see what we get here. Okay, so for Virgo, the current standing, overall, general current standing for the month. The core focus for the month. Core focus is, well, look at that, Nine of Pentacles. Your focus for this month is to be slow, steady, but focused. Well, but then again, that's kind of like one of the excel points with Virgo. Being able to look at the fine details and perfect everything. And even take all the time that's needed to get it in the perfect state. And actually, I think this is the natural card for Virgo, I think, if I'm correct. Let's see. But either way. So, pretty much for this month, focus primarily on making sure everything that you do has this quality that it's, even though it may take some time, it does have a lot of accuracy and it's on point. Regarding like anything in this month, keep maintaining that focus point of going slow but strong and steady. But because since there's a bear at the bottom, also not put up with any BS that comes up your way. But then again, the sign Virgo can really watch out for itself, because if you have a Virgo find out what your weaknesses are, and if you make them mad, well, they will just make you out of shish kebab. Yeah. And hello, Elos. So what is Virgo going to be encountering for this month of July? The Virgo is going to be encountering the High Priestess. So now Virgo is going to be getting a guidance or encountering a figure who may actually really stress to them that meditation and being in a state of mental zen is vital this month. But depending on if they take the advice or not, that's up to them. Oh, hi, Lilith. You see the barn owl? Oh, hi, Lilith. Nice to see you there. You didn't think I'd catch you, did you? I see you, lovely. Yep, right there, the barn owl. So potentially, Virgo, maybe, just maybe, you might have Lilith come to you and say, yoo-hoo, why don't we make an Adam out of this dimwit who made this hot mess? No. And as well, expect maybe on the full moon, maybe you might get reached out by her. Or you actually might be getting guidance from a spiritual advisor or somebody who's in tune with the other side that's trying to show you a way of mental peace and giving you a potential gift of some sort. But the way that she's holding it like this. So she's actually doing a mudra. Even though it looks like she's doing it this way, she's actually having the middle finger touch the thumb, which is the mudra for Saturn, which is be still and listen. It looks like this, but only her middle finger is touching the thumb. It looks like that, but yeah. So there could be a heavy stress on keeping the self in order and mentally focused and in a state of zen this month. But also Lilith might come in and be like, yoo-hoo, how you doing? But she may not stick around that much because this owl's in flight. But you never know. You never know with her. She does as she pleases. So what is the cause of this whole endeavor? The cause of this endeavor is because we have a clown in the house and he is thinking that he can make everything a joke. There could be somebody or an entity, even like an insurance company, mind you. There's just some entities on, they think it's cute. They think that they're being like a clown and, trying to lighten up the mood, but, this is a serious endeavor. And this is not the time for BS. And you probably got sick of it. And they are trying so hard to, like, keep something hidden from you and distract you, but you're not really buying it. And another thing I just noticed too, the tightrope he's walking on is dangerously close to the floor. So it kind of shows that this person or this entity that's trying to like distract you, they're trying a bit too hard. And it's not really that amusing watching somebody stand on a string with 2 coins and touching the floor. You're kind of not really impressed. And they're trying to put on a show to distract you from something. That seems to be what's causing this idea to go very slow and steady, and have a advisor come in and try and tell you to keep your zen, keep your zen. As tempting as it is to, throw him off a cliff or, hit him with a spear, just keep your zen. And what happened in the past, or what is backing you up? What's backing you up is the Page of Pentacles. Now, Page of Pentacles, that is earth and earth. So you got rock and then you got solid. You got double the hardest rock. So in this case also, in the past, you could have received a message about some new investment that you're going to be starting in, and it's actually starting to grow substantially quick. Okay, I'm just going to go with it. If by any chance you have a child that was recently born because of the baby deer, or the definitely not baby Bambi, I want to try saying that 5 times fast. You could actually be in a situation where you're ready to invest in something brand new, and you're really intent on investing in it with your everything, like your whole being. You want to put all into it to help ensure its growth. And because since we have the page going into the night, that kind of shows that in the past and the present, things are starting to flow in a really nice way. Or you could have also got a message about a new investment that's open, and you're kind of taking the initiative with the knight next to it. Top of the head, F this deck. On top of your head, the best case scenario is my card. So the best way that I can say this is that best case scenario is that you actually be put into a situation or a state where you're acting from your highest self, a state where you're the most pure, unconditionally loving, and you're operating from the highest potential that you can. That's the best case that can happen with this. So essentially, yeah. Whenever that card pops up, I just have to read it like that. And I always say F this deck. Whenever she comes out, it's like, okay, nope, I quit. And usually with this deck, she likes to pop out a lot in this deck. So it is what it is. Take the card is like a good sign, okay? Coming towards you for the face, we have the Star. So coming towards could be a rejuvenation or a healing of a situation where it was wrong, but because since this figure is sitting on a lily pad, instead of having one foot in the water and then the other foot on land, she's actually trying to be more healing on the physical level instead. She's not really in tune with the spiritual and the intuitive side, but she's mainly trying to restore and clear open connection to the spiritual side. But because, again, I have to go with it, since this is the best case scenario, and then you have a card having 2 cups being poured, it kind of shows that despite, you having to really invest some of your emotional energy, it's not going to hinder you any. In fact, it's actually going to benefit you because that energy is going to come right back to you. Self-perception. You're seeing yourself as the Ace of Swords, so you're seeing yourself as, I see what's going on. Nope, not putting up with it. You're operating from a state where you're crystal clear. If any kind of cloud or BS comes your way, like this twat head, you're just going to behead it and get it out of the way. And nothing really can blind you with the black clouds of bleh. Outside perception, or how others see you, is currently as the 4 of Pentacles, meaning that everybody else is seeing you as a state of like you're holding on to your value. You're not letting anybody take it. You're not letting anybody take your new investment away from you. You're staying focused, slow and steady, to the point where if they think that they're gonna, take it from you, other people know that you aren't gonna put up with it, and you're ready to, stab them in the foot and then laugh at them as they're limping away. It is what it is. Hoping for, but also deathly afraid of. The Seven of Swords. You're hoping for that nobody does any funny stuff and tries to sneaky what's rightfully yours. And that people will actually understand that, hey, you have your own stuff that you're taking from somebody else. Don't you have plenty? You're hoping that people will understand their own worth and what they have instead of thinking that they can just come in and take yours. But also, you're afraid that someone's going to come in and what belongs to you and you've invested in, which does make sense. But this depiction, you actually see two swords, and with these two swords, funny enough, one of them actually does have the, like, you really have to look though, and one actually has the Virgo symbol on it. I'm not even kidding. It's an M though. You really have to look though. It's like right on the, like on the blade, like right there. I don't think the camera's gonna pick it up. And then the other one looks like it has the sun sign. So wow, look at that, Virgo sun. Meh. Go figure. It is what it is. So don't be too wrapped up in having the thought of like somebody's gonna take my pointy things, or somebody's gonna take my idea, or somebody's gonna take something of mine. Just keep a more open eye on what's yours and what you've invested in. Make sure that nobody thinks they can just woozy-woo, waltz in and go with it and get credit. The outcome is with the Nine of Swords. In clarifying it, we have a Tower moment. That's good to have with the Nine of Swords. Then the Ten of Swords is going to fall. And then the new foundation of that Ten of Swords is going to be... Let go. The new foundation is going to be definitely not the Dark Magician from Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, and then one more clarifier. Emperor. Okay. So, the most likely outcome that's going to be coming about. Usually you see the Nine of Swords, you think, oh god, nightmares, night terrors, oh Lord Atlanta. No, no, no. This depiction, we have a girl being like, oh, it's you, you monster. Why are you being a fanboy? Why can't you let me sleep? You're just so cute. Piss it, dude. There could be an instant where somebody with the outcome may be trying so hard to get your attention and then you just get plain old sick of it. Or you actually catch them in the act. Or when you're trying to be in a state of mental peace again, like with the High Priestess trying to teach you, you actually may catch on to someone trying to like peek in on your... on pretty much what you're creating and working on, and then you catch them red-handed. And because you catch them red-handed with the having the oh snap moment with the Tower, well, happy to say that the Ten of Swords is what's going to be coming down. So you have the Overkill go Timber, and now you become the Magician from it. And then you're able to manifest being the Emperor, taking control and ordering how the outcome is going to go. Give me one more clarifier, would you, for Virgo. And then, oh, look at that. We now have the Page of Cups. So with this incident, you'll actually be rejuvenated and actually be more opened up emotionally and be a little bit more childlike when it comes to your endeavors. Just make sure that you take care of yourself, because either way, at the end, whenever she pops up, I still have to stress it. If you are able to maintain this and keep your composure, you'll be able to be in a state of operating from your best self this month. Make sure you try your best to keep that maintained. At least that's what I got for you, Virgo. Go slow and steady. Keep that Knight of Pentacles, what you got going, but don't take no BS from nobody. And now, last but not least, Libra. I'm going to try and make this one quick because I got to get myself ready for forced labor. And it just so happens to be my sign. Yay. Well, sun sign, that is. Oh, okay. Libra. Libra sign. If you would be so kind to not embarrass me. I mean, if you do, yay. If not, well, I'll just throw myself off a cliff. That'll work. So, tell me about the inanimate object of this belt, please. Say it for how it is. I don't care. Roast me. Do it. Current position for Libra. He who speaks loud and carries big stick. King of Wands. No, that is not me right now. So, well, hey, okay then. Looks like I'm going to go with it. Current standing for Libra is in the state where we got Flamin' and Extra Flamin'. So currently, Libra is taking control of their life, taking control of his stick, and he's directing how everything is going to be going on. And he has immense willpower. And I'm saying he because when in doubt with the English language, you use he, okay? That's just how it is. Don't look at me, I didn't make the rules for the language. So he with big stick and flames most encounters next. Oh, how cheesy. Counter the 2 of Cups. F this deck. What else is new? Yeah, what else is new? So, King of Wands, Libra, you're going to be encountering a connection of some kind. Will it be romantic? Will it be sweet? Will it be a business partnership? Will it be a friendship? Who knows? We just know that it may actually involve somebody that's a different culture from you because we have... Will you not do that? Oh, no wonder it's not working because it's not plugged in. God, I'm a dimwit. So you might actually make a connection that involves a different, like somebody from a different cultural background, which is a good thing. Or actually form a relationship with somebody that has a different background. So the cause of all this. The cause of all this is now we have the King of Cups as the cause. So we got 2 kings. How come this just turned all of a sudden definitely not to like being like a male to male gay love reading? My intuition just picked up on that. We got he who flames most with a stick, and then we got he who cries most with a cup. I hate this deck so much. So the cause of all this is being emotionally mature and being able to understand the value of commitment and emotions, and actually understanding that love is more than just fantasy woozy-woo, but it's also about duty, commitment, sacrifice, and putting somebody else as an equal to you and a priority, not just yourself. What is behind you and backing you up? Oh, for goodness sake, what on earth could this be? Behind you, Libra, or backing you up, is he who is no longer hung most. But this is the Hangman. I say that because he's about to be let free, but he's swinging. So he's going... I'm gonna be free. Gonna be free. But the issue, though, since he's doing that, he's not aware that he's gonna hit his head against the tree, trunk right there. So in the past, there could have been a situation where you could have been thinking like, oh, look at me. I'm free as can be now, finally. But you're unaware that you're about to hit your head. Or there was a situation where you kind of feel freed from, or a situation where somebody was not taking you seriously, because the Hangman is looking like he's not taking this seriously. But because since he's not taking this seriously, he's about to get a hit upside the back of the head. Best case scenario that can come about, or the most desired outcome to yield, it is, what is up with all these court cards? They're hot and wet. Best case scenario is he with a solo cup and Marlin, Knight of Cups. Best case scenario, well, you have somebody, or maybe, well, I don't see myself becoming like a romantic, cheesy, woozy-wooey knight on a fishback. There might be a situation where somebody might try and woozy-woo you, but then again, at least I can speak for myself, I'm not that easy to woozy-woo. I'm dead serious. You could be all like, well, I got you these flowers. Okay, you got me 3, but you do know when you give an odd number of roses, right? What does that mean? Simple. If you give an odd numbers, that means you're pretty much saying, I'm sorry that you're dead. I think it's either that much or it's the other one, but I think it's the, if you give an odd number amount of roses to somebody in France, I think that's pretty much the number you give to the dead. So it's like, okay, thanks for telling me you wish I was dead. I tried though, but no. I think, but I could be wrong. But that's the best case scenario. Is either somebody woozy-woos me, or the Libra, whatever, you get the idea. we get woozy wooed one way, or it's the other way around. So, inbound for my face. Oh, God. Oh, God. Please, no. Really? Coming for my face is the Lovers. So anyway, so we have the Two of Cups behind it, and now we have the Lovers. So we have definitely a romantic, cheesy, oh, lovey-dovey moment. So there's going to be this connection that's like, oh, it's so like in the romance books and all that. Oh, for goodness sake. I said not to embarrass me, but fine, we'll go with it. Self-perception on how I'm viewing myself, or the Libras viewing themselves. The Moon. Currently viewing themselves as a state of like, I trust nothing on the physical plane right now. I'm trusting my feelings, and I'm seeing with my eyes. I don't know everything. I don't know what's about out there, but I'm just going to go very gingerly and feel my way through. I trust nothing. Accurate. And I'm going to rely on nature to give me a hand with this in order to figure out what's really going on. Because I trust nothing. Outside perception is seeing me as an idiot, the fool. That'd be perfect. Outside perception is seeing me as the 10 of Twigs, an old geezer with enough sticks on his back to build his own cabbage. I mean, cottage, not cabbage. What the heck, dude? And even also, there's a dog in the background that's like, Master, are you okay? You're so useless! But funny enough. Well, there's actually 2 dogs in one depiction, and there's another dog in another depiction. So I was like, wow, double dog moment. So K9 must be involved in this, and yes, I do have a dog that likes to bark every morning loud at everything that moves, so those outside of Libra can see that, oh, he's not looking so hot. He's being over-twigged to death and overburdened, and is actually at a position where he's finally got to his finish line. Because with all the rots, he's finally able to take a rest, and it looks like he's been going and going and going and going and going for far too long, and he needs a rest. Hoping for, but also deathly afraid of. Ace of Pentacles. So we're Libra is hoping for it, having something being realistic, grounded, manifested on the physical 3D plane once and for all, and have enough of it. But also afraid that, hey, can I just have this thing manifest now? I've been wanting and working on it for 3,000 years. Don't you think it's time to give it to me? I proved that I wanted it. Come on, dude. Hurry up. I'm not dead yet. Move it. I know. Yes, I know. It takes a while for a tree to grow, but I think, enough time investing in something. I think it's time for me to get my acorns from it. And then the most likely outcome to come about from all this, I'm just so gonna be like, F is there with my card pops out again. The most likely outcome is justice, and look at that, there's a Libra card. So, karmic slot machine. What gets put out gets given back. Something that's invested in returns what needs to be given back. Oh, that's odd. Wasn't I also saying like about a few lives ago, like, been burning out a little bit too much? And, headache. But a headache that I signed up for, in all due respects. But that's fine. Clarify that not 9 of Pentacles. Where am I getting that from? Clarify that Justice card, would you? I'm so terrified to see what comes out of this deck. Please don't be something awkward. Clarifying Justice, we have the Solo Cup. Ace of Cups, okay. So we have emotional karmic payback, or what's put out. Emotions being put out are now going to be given back, especially when it's due. Okay, and then the 10 of Cups, also clarifying it. So then we have emotional fulfillment at its purest, and then, yeah, again with emotional fulfillment. And also, for some reason, because I see a cat, I just know it's going to be good, because finally I get to get my cat Reginald. Yeah, my Russian Blue Reginald. Don't ask why. Oh, Reginald! Yeah, that's what I'm naming my Russian Blue. Go with it. And then the last card to clarify. Oh, okay. It's the Death card. That's good, because hopefully this endeavor will be kick in the bucket. Finally, once and for all, like, we don't have to go through this ever again. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. Can't we just get to where it needs to be? Enough. Enough's enough. Quit it. Stop. Done. So, Death comes in, has to kick the bucket, this whole endeavor kick the bucket, so that way the world comes in. So Death kills this whole situation, so that way the world can start. So really, that's a big sign of like, this is finally closing out for good. Thank the Lord Lanta. Because I'm getting real sick of this. It's just like, you put your heart out there, then you take your heart back. You put your heart out there, and you're really wasting time. No, I don't even know. So then what's going to be this new thing that begins? Why did I even ask that question? Why? Oh boy, I'm just going to jump off the cliff. The new thing that's going to start is, let go. No. Thank you. Oh, really? The new thing that's going to start is the Four of Wands. Oh, look at that, a marriage card. I quit. I'm done. I'm done. Or celebration. So, really, Libra, looks good for you. Looks like the cheesy, woozy woo romance is heading your way. So, enjoy it. Are you... I quit. I'm done. I quit. F this deck. No. But seriously, this month of July may actually give a situation where it may actually be pretty good. And notice how I am shuffling this deck still. I am still shuffling this deck. Okay, bottom card. There. Just for good measure. Okay. I'm done. I'm not pulling cards no more. I'm done. So, yeah, Libra. Good luck. You're going to be getting your woozy woo this month. Hope better be. Because twice. And I'm not going to pull it again. And I had to get ready for work. So, I will see you guys probably like later to like hopefully. Yeah, because, I mean, I'm like the King of Wands. Like, I'm getting tired of this. Carrying a big stick and ready to hit someone with it. So, possibly, like, a little bit about a few hours, I'll be back, most likely. But we'll see what happens. If anything, I'll be on tonight, too. So, see you guys later. And I hope you enjoyed me getting, like, F this deck and almost lighting it on fire.